The whole association experience, there was always people willing to try to help in any way they could, and we got to do a lot of different things over that time period.
On the first day of my job at the American Angus Association, to me it was just like when you start at a new school or a new degree program. But then it became so much more. You become part of the Angus family, I guess.
Sally would have been the first genetic research coordinator to have a PhD on staff.
There was a big push to bring the evaluation in-house, to step into an entity like the American Angus Association with an IS department and their leadership and team. You could see the opportunity to run genetic predictions in-house.
I think we had some skeptics in the academic world that said you can't run your genetic evaluation in-house without this big monster of a university to do it for you. We wanted to kind of be able to be more fluid and be more efficient and kind of change the environment of the industry, really.
You can set up a model, but you still have to have that infrastructure to program it, board leadership, staff leadership. That was something that was always an interesting collaborative point with Bill. Is I would like to keep running trait examples and looking at examples and sorts over and over and over and not know when to stop.
The genomic work and the research and adding traits to the evaluation, I think that became the natural evolution for AGI to come into being.
I did not think in my lifetime that I would ever be working with any DNA technology. Made a liar out of me.
We watched the technology being talked about, some of the early single SNP tests and things that were being promoted. They weren't accounting for enough variation to really have a lot of confidence in them, but I think as the technology evolved and the ability to run larger panels.
And when you could see that it was accounting for more of the genetic variation than those initial tests that I talked everybody out of, I was ready to go with it.
We had the opportunity to shape how that was used and how it was handled and how to utilize that technology to make selection tools even better than they were. We have a diverse breed and a talented set of breeders with a lot of passion, and they've identified how to use the genetics and how to use the information available to them to make that cow function in a lot of different places and become very sustainable in our world today.
It was daunting because I always thought I would be working at the American Angus Association and AGI. I was raised that you can be sad for about 30 minutes and then you need to get up and do something. I never would have dreamed it was going to be starting a business.
Sally decided she was going to start a business.
I asked Bill Bowman to come work at Method Genetics, assuming that he did not want any salary.
Had a lot of different opportunities to go do some different things, but they probably weren't going to satisfy me because I felt a real passion for the Angus business.
From that point, we were going nonstop, whether it was collecting data, making contacts, ranch visits. I'm still immersed in the Angus cattle and the Angus breed and will be my whole life. It's ironic, it's like the best thing that ever happened to me.
It was a challenge at that time, but in reality, it's probably been the greatest blessing I've had. Thinking back of all the people before that have been inducted into the Heritage Foundation and really the impact that those people had on the breed, had on mentoring breeders and mentoring people like myself. And so it's humbling, it's very exciting.
It's such a great honor The folks that sent me a text message or contacted me, that they took time out of their day to congratulate me. It's huge.
You know, I never looked at this as a job. I mean, it was something I loved doing and fun to get up and go to work and try to help people and do things that hopefully were going to make a difference.